I did vote. It was my first time voting, so that was really exciting. It was kind of confusing, reading through all that stuff and trying to understand it and make the best decision based on what I was provided with. So I did vote for Hillary, if you're wondering.
Trump won, obviously, spoiler alert if you're watching this. But I'm not responsible. I'm not held accountable for that. I voted for Hillary. And I've met a couple people who are college students who have not voted, and I'm just like, come on. How can you have not voted?
Yeah.
You have a large.
I felt very misled by the media previous to the results. I was very appalled and very distraught for a very long time. Still feeling distraught.
I guess I was surprised because I thought Clinton was gonna have a much higher chance of winning, and I was surprised that I guess because where I grew up before I came to Bellingham, I lived in an area that was primarily is very affluent, white, and conservative, and most people were Trump supporters, but they were Trump supporters in a way that they were very kind of hush about it. So I knew that a lot of Trump supporters exist. I didn't really realize that it was enough to really that Trump would win,
Obviously I do not want him to be the president, but at the same time, it's hard not to get excited to see someone beat the odds. Here's the biggest thing about this election. The fact that there was such a difference between the polls and reality, and so many people came out the woodwork, or I think that maybe a lot of people didn't want to admit, sadly, that they were going to vote for someone because they didn't want to be judged. And so there's a lot of people that were in the closet Trump supporters, which is a red flag if you're just ashamed to admit who you're going to vote for.
What Trump has talked about in the past, where he wants to get rid of a lot of environmental reforms and Obamacare and try and just give money and increase fracking, and so I'm just scared of the unknown, I guess you could say.
A lot of people are thinking oh, he's totally incompetent, he's not going to be able to get anything done. But I think regardless of whether or not he's going to actually pass any laws or anything like that, he's had a really huge impact on people here in the United States. Suddenly Trump comes out of nowhere, right? And then suddenly we also have KKK people all over the place that also come out of nowhere. And when you have people who, I guess in previous years weren't validated, their views weren't validated, and now they are, it's not going to go away within the next 4 years. And that's just really scary to think about.
I just think that it's really, really important that we all make sure that we keep each other safe, because there are so many people in communities that are going to be attacked and their rights are going to be attacked during this presidency, and there's a good chance that because there really isn't any check and balance right now, or there's nothing to make sure that could potentially not happen, just protect each other and make sure that if you see something happening that resembles the hate that has been going around and that Trump has normalized now, just don't be quiet about it. Being a bystander is not going to help anyone.
I think that presidents in general don't exactly solve the real problems that we're hoping to be solved, and I think the people who do solve them are us, our community, small people working together. Those are the people that solve big problems.
I think one of the first steps would be to look at our two-party system and look at the method we use to get our presidents into office, maybe asking ourselves questions as a nation about what we can do in the next election to make sure that the presidency is decided based off the good of the majority, and also just uniting behind common beliefs and values that maybe aren't represented by our current two-party system.
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty disappointed with the results of the U.S. election, and we could have had Bernie Sanders. I just think Bernie is awesome. I love Bernie.
I feel optimistic. I don't think it's the end of the world, but that could be my own ignorance.